Do you ever wonder how to get or evaluate startup ideas? Well, I rewatched an hour's worth of Y Combinator videos so you don't have to. The first one was Jared Friedman's How to Get and Evaluate Startup Ideas, posted in November of 2022, and the second one was Kevin Hale's How to Evaluate Startup Ideas, posted in July of 2019. In Kevin's video, he talks about a startup idea having three parts: the problem, the solution, and the insight. He then goes and talks about what a good problem looks like. First, it's popular with 1 million plus potential users, and second, it's growing with 20% growth per year. Third, it's an urgent problem, ideally happening right now. Fourth, it's expensive, ideally a multi-billion-dollar problem. Fifth, it's mandatory, ideally brought up by some sort of law change. And sixth, it's a frequent problem, ideally happening hourly. Next, Kevin talks about the solution, and both Kevin and Jared talk about how you should not start with the solution. And there's actually a name for this. It's called a SISP, a solution in search of the problem. Basically, just make sure that you're finding a problem that actually exists instead of trying to fit a solution into an imaginary problem. Finally, Kevin talks about the insight that founders should have, and both Kevin and Jared talk about how it's important to find a good founder market fit and a good founder idea fit. Kevin talks about 5 unfair advantages that you might have when starting a startup. First is the founder unfair advantage. Ideally, you'd be the 1 out of 10 people able to solve this type of problem. Second is market. Ideally, you'd be in a market that's already growing 20% per year. Third is product unfair advantage. Ideally, you'd have some sort of product that is 10x better than any competitor around you. Fourth is acquisition unfair advantage. You have this if you have really low acquisition cost for your customers, and ideally you'd have a $0 acquisition cost. And fifth is monopoly, and this is a yes or no based on whether you become more resilient as you grow. Jared's video is great too, and he has a lot of examples of top YC companies on how they got or pivoted into their ideas. He also has a lot of great lists for things like 4 common mistakes that founders make when looking for ideas, and 10 key questions for any startup, and 3 things that make ideas seem bad, and 7 things to help you find startup ideas. I go back to these all the time, and they're a great resource for anybody trying to find startup ideas. Anyways, hope that helped, and I'm posting videos every day. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.